This is it. This is the end of The Walking Dead. This is not just the end of the season, it's the end of the whole shebang. All 4 seasons, the whole story, Clem's story, AJ's story, everybody's story. It's over. This is it. This is it. And I've been reminding myself of that for the last couple of days, or I've been trying to, but it's not really like sunk in yet, because I've become really, I don't know, I've become very invested in this series. I've become so invested in it. I've become so invested in Clem, and and obviously many of the other characters as well, but she's the beating heart of this series, right? And it feels so, yeah, bittersweet to me that this is the end. Like, that feels crazy. When you started playing it, I was like, whoa, 4 seasons, the end is way off. And now I'm like, 'twas literally 2 seconds. Yeah, it's crazy. I just, like, I loved it so much. I felt like I couldn't put it down. I just wanted to keep playing it. And it's, I mean, you guys have seen me cry. And not just like, you know, a little casual tear, but full on ugly crying and shaking on stream. You've seen me scream and drop my jaw and howl with laughter. It's been a fucking roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster. I've threatened death upon many people through these last 4 seasons, and only occasionally followed through. And I've tried to, kind of like when we were playing Life is Strange 2, I've kind of tried to, I guess I've tried to have a certain point of view in this game, which is, you know, firstly, similar to the Life is Strange 2 playthrough, the kind of morality of violent resistance thing. No, PS5, you don't get to shut down. But also, in particular, because of the thematics of this game, I've really wanted to act in a way that expresses, like, hope and trust in other people, and that kind of expresses a desire and a drive and a belief in building community. And the fact that no matter how hopeless these people feel, no matter how hopeless this situation is, that they can build a better world, they can be kind to one another, that even when people let you down, even when community falls apart, it's always going to be worth trying, you know? And that's really been at the core of what I've been trying to do with this playthrough, which is my first time playing the game. I'm sure there will be other times where I test out being a much worse person, but for now this is how I wanted to play the game, and in the way that was truest to myself and what I believe in, and I tried to do right by that. So we're gonna see what that ends up in. We're gonna see how that ends. That's what we're gonna find out today. And then, as a little treat, if we're all feeling it, we can look through some of the extra features. Because we've got some extra features in this definitive edition. Most of the time, fate did the work for you. Yeah, I threatened death upon many people that the game subsequently was like, the narrative's going to doom them anyway, don't worry about it. Okay. Episode 4, Take Us Back. And very ominously, we simply have a picture of Clem's hat, which he's been wearing for the past 8 years. It's been 8 years in the game universe since this all started, And this is the hat that her father gave her that she's been wearing ever since she was 8 years old. God. That hat really is one size fits all. I was kind of thinking that, yeah. I'm not ready. But...
Last time on The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's AJ's voice.
Since I can remember, Clem's
oh, this is AJ.
She taught me to be careful, to be quiet, to be strong, to always aim for the head, to atone when I did something bad, to show mercy sometimes. I always listened to Clem, always, but I've been thinking more. I don't know if she's right every time. She told me to shoot her if she got bit. That doesn't feel right. We're doing a lot of bad things to save our friends, to protect our home. And when Clem told me to shoot Lily, I got mad. So mad. I don't know what I feel anymore. I don't know if Clem knows either. But I remember all the rules. And the first one is never go alone.
Fuck. Okay. You know, I think that's the first time we've really had his, like, narrative perspective. Shit. And that was a summary of all of the lessons that I've taught him. Fuck. Well, she's dead. And all of the gunshot wounds because... Shit.
Hang on, I'm coming.
Not the hat. The hat is replete with meaning. Let me know how audio levels are, guys. I'm not sad that Lily is dead.
You have to trust me.
But I am, however, sad about the hat.
Let go and I'll catch you. Promise? Promise.
Oh, fuck.
1, 2, 3. Hurry, Clem.
I didn't know that they were actually going to make me actually do it. I mean, I'm glad they did. I love gameplay, but...
Now what?
Audio's maybe a tad loud for the game. No problem. Let me... slightly turn that down.
We need to find a way down. This ship isn't gonna stay afloat much longer.
And, let me know if that's better or I'll turn it down more.
We can climb down from there. We have to get there first.
Oh, shit.
Okay, we've got to jump. It's far. I know it's far, but it's the only way. You'll have to go first. You'll need a running start. I don't know, Clem. Come on, you can do this, AJ. Just run and jump. You got this. I got this. I got this.
You got this, baby boy.
AJ, what do we do when we're scared? We push through it. We don't let it take over. No, we don't.
Good boy. Shit. Oh, fuck. I almost didn't see that.
Get to the pier. I'll meet you there. I'm not going to leave you. There's nothing you can do. I'll find a way there. Now go.
Whew. I love the lesson framing of what do we do when we're scared. Yeah. What do we do, as in, like, how do we... Shit. Like, how do we cope with it? Well... the way I would be pissing myself. Yeah, I mean... I think anyone would be pissing themselves, even, you know? I know I've said it before, but it's hard for us to, like, unless we've been in a situation like this before, it's really hard to know what you would do.
I'm not going to leave you. There's nothing you can do. I'll find a way there. Now go.
Are we gonna get separated? That is... I think a lot of people surprise themselves when they're in a tough situation or a crisis situation. Adrenaline is a powerful thing. You know what's crazy is that this was being developed in kind of the same, possibly the similar time frame to Life is Strange 2, actually. Oh, fuck you.
Where do you think you're going? Wait, you're just walking out of here.
Oh, what the... Oh, okay.
You might be think you could just leave. Fuck you.
I wasn't sure what the prompt was there, but it's not great. We're like 5 minutes in and I've already died twice. Oh, his foot. That was out of frame. I was thinking about his knee. I was thinking about going for his knee, but his foot is probably a better idea. You have Marlin's bow. One last fight.
Come on.
Dude, your people are already dead. Lay off. This guy is way too committed. Yeah, he's a little bit too committed to the cult, but then cult members often are a bit too committed, aren't they? Sort of comes with the territory. Ooh, and the music's going off for copyright purposes. Once again, Twitch never lets us have anything nice. Also, I realized that I forgot to mention your messages earlier in the chat. Charlotte, congratulations on managing to time dinner perfectly with the stream. Egg fried rice with peas and crispy chili oil sounds amazing. And loads of soy sauce. Hell yeah. Also, yeah, absolutely not ready to cry, to be honest with you. I'm just... You just gotta do it, because I don't think I was ever gonna be ready for this. God. I've been thinking about, like, wanting to play this game as an asshole, but, like, I think once again I would need people to bully me into doing it. Oh, I'm sorry that Chris is ill. Food poisoning is really fucking rough if it's food poisoning, so I hope he feels better soon. Wait, sorry. Turning sound back up for you guys. Almost forgot to do that. That's not good. That wouldn't have been good, would it? I don't think I could do it, especially not being mean to Clem, yeah. I mean, it would be an interesting stream, but it would cause us all pain. Yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna ask one of my friends who I really want to play this game. I think that she will really like it. To play it with me and give us the strength to be assholes together. But also she's never played it, so I don't know if... I don't know, I always feel like the first time you play a game like this, you should try to make the decisions that you want to make and then roleplay things other ways, if that makes sense. Maybe I could do a be mean to white people playthrough. That's not hard. Have I been being mean to white people? I could have been meaner to some white people. But en masse. Yeah, I think that could work. In the spirit of the mean lesbian playthrough. Yeah, I get that you were thinking along those lines for sure. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be hard. Yeah, I this playthrough I definitely could have been meaner to white people. And we mean all white people. You're right, that includes Violet, which would be hard. Oh, hey, Lewis.
Lewis! You made it! I'm really sorry about your tongue. But at least you're still alive.
You have no idea how happy I am to see you right now.
Poor guy.
Get the fuck off of me!
I'm gonna say something kind of mean to not white people, which is that I think that I'm gonna like Lewis a lot more now that he has nothing to say. Sorry, I know that's a crass joke to make about what happened to him, but...
Okay, yeah. My ass is a little singed, but I'm good. Fuck. I was so afraid you...
Me too. But we're okay. We're both okay.
Lou.
What happened to Minnie?
I don't know. I lost track after the explosion.
Clem!
I'm not wrong, it's true.
Oh, thank God. You guys made it.
Oh god. Thank God. I think we have everyone.
The explosion drew him right to us.
Stay cool. We knew this would happen. We just have to get off this beach.
Oh, okay.
Look!
Hey, it's Ruby! And Willy, I think that was his name. Okay, it was a zombie. I had a second where I thought Asim got shot in the head.
End of these little shits. Put him down.
Um...
Oh, shit. Clem, do something.
Why don't you do something? Oh, because I have the weapon. Fair enough. Oh yeah, thank you Nightbot for reminding us in the chat of the content warnings for this game, which are many. Oh, there she is.
No! Get away from her!
My girlfriend's ex who joined a cult and killed her own sister. There she is.
What the hell is she doing? She's gonna get herself killed.
Violet, I'm sorry, girl. I understand this must be hard for you, but you gotta let go.
Oh my god.
She's bad fucking news.
We've got to break for it, now! Everyone run for the cart. I'll stay back and cover you. I'll be right behind you. The second I see an opening, I'll make a break for it.
Lewis looks so, like, washed out. Poor kid.
I'll see you on the other side.
Damn right. AJ, go with them.
No, I'm staying with you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he probably lost a lot of blood. I was thinking about that. I was just thinking that. I was noticing it properly now that we're having, like, quite a while to look at him. A lot longer than before. Shit. Shit. What? What? This is not my fault. This is literally entirely your own, almost entirely your own fault. Bitch is right. I don't know, if a white woman is gonna do one thing, they're gonna find the nearest woman of color and they're gonna blame everything on her. Your knife is missing. Girl, you're about to die. Why are you like this? You cannot fight the herd. Okay. Yeah. Fuck. Nice one, 10. Good kid. Hey, James. Being a little weirdo as always, I see. Yeah, fuck her. Fuck Minnie, for real. I don't know. I had a good amount of sympathy for her for a while there, but her actions are
I
not
don't know where it goes.
conscionable.
I do know there's walkers in the other direction.
But
Move it, dummy!
I saw his eyes when he did it. I saw the blood.
Oh, for the love of
What
God,
are you talking
James.
about?
God, he's here with a fucking lecture. Lol, AJ is straight in there. Yeah, like, why are you...
We're safe, but not for long. Damn it. It's so dark in here.
We can't move forward without a way to see.
Figure something
Thanks
out.
for that, James. Make a torch. Sure.
Perfect. Flint. I need something to burn.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like James well enough, but he's a bit, it's like that pacifist guy in Michonne. Pete? I mean, I kind of liked Pete, and then there were times where I was like, for the love of God, Pete, why do you have to be a pacifist? And I think it's the same with James, like, I liked him well enough, and then
Water's moving fast.
he was like, violence is never the answer. And, like, sometimes violence is the answer, James. Not all the time. It's good to avoid violence whenever you can. But sometimes violence happens to be the answer. And there's no avoiding that.
Might look nice in our room. Just have to get home first.
Yeah, I don't hate him, but he needs to figure out time and place. Yeah, time and place. And you did it at my birthday dinner.
Damn it. It's all too wet to burn.
Well, conveniently, there's a lone stick hanging out there that looks like it could be dry.
Okay. Just needs something to burn.
And maybe stop villainizing a literal 5-year-old. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely right.
Alright. Okay, good.
Nice.
There's another tunnel over there.
It's too far.
Well, we just gotta find something to help us cross.
The walkers are getting closer.
Don't worry. We'll be home before you know it.
Find a way across.
I'm not sure where it goes, but it's our only option.
I think there's a crystal collectible. Yeah, I think I found that earlier.
Another one. Gotta get home before AJ can play
Oh,
with
and there's a Calypso cauliflower.
No way we're swimming through that.
I was gonna say white people love to villainize AJ, but Lewis has also done that. Yeah,
Are you gonna find a way across the water? Yeah, I will.
he has also done that. But don't worry, because people of color can do racism too. Sometimes.
Going to have to kill them. I don't want to do that.
More often than you'd think, in fact.
Clem, did you see Minnie out there? I didn't see her anywhere. But that doesn't mean she escaped.
I saw her on the beach. She was bitten at 10.
So she'll go to the next place with Sophie. They can be together.
I want to know the story behind their family, because 10 being like a sweet little kid who always looks kind of worried and frightened is a thing, and him having 2 older sisters who are white is a thing. And I'm not saying that correlation is causation, but I'm saying that I would be interested to know what their family dynamic is like.
If I yanked that out of her, it would drift down the river and get caught in the rocks. Could work as a bridge.
Okay.
across one by one, and then we'll move the rocks out of the way.
No! Get your hands off him! Nice one, James. Step siblings, maybe? Yeah, maybe. I'm wondering what their dynamic was, though, and also, like, what their parents were like. And, like, were their parents both white? Or were neither of them white? Or one of them? You know? James is definitely giving vegan who cares more about animal lives than human. Yeah. That would not be easy because the log would be slippery AF. Maybe. But I don't... maybe. But it wasn't just that she was light-skinned. I think a lot of her features, like her hair color and her eye color and face shape and stuff. Obviously, you don't want to make assumptions about anyone's background, but she probably was a white woman, if you ask me. Like, she doesn't look... And she doesn't look like she has albinism, either. But it is important to clarify, of course, that some people are light-skinned or some people are albino. But in Minnie's case, I personally think it's highly unlikely. Yeah, I want to be wary of doing those kind of things because of race science, but functionally race is like a social process. Like, racialization is a social process, right? So, by that standard, she's almost certainly white. But who knows? We just don't know. We don't have enough information.
Do you see a light down any of these tunnels?
You brought this on yourself.
Oh, for fuck's
But
sake.
it's not too late.
What the fuck?
For him, at least.
Why are you trying to steal my son, you fucker? You self-righteous fucker.
Follow us after that. I break your leg.
I won't let you take him.
I won't let you make him a monster.
This self-righteous piece of shit.
Not any further. Shh. You're coming with me.
What happened to not wishing anyone harm?
It has its limits. You found it.
I'll kill you before I leave her.
You did this.
Oh, shut the fuck up. He was defending
You made
himself.
him this way. You had him empty an entire clip into that woman's head.
It was only half a clip.
Is this what you wanted?
Maybe James dying was the better option. Yeah. Maybe it was. Honestly. No, this is, before we continue this interaction, immediate alarm bells of what we were talking about before in A New Frontier, which is the whole kind of social process of separating racialized families and portraying like racialized mothers as being like unfit or bad mothers, which again we talk about a lot in our video essay over on our YouTube channel on Life is Strange True Colors, ! YouTube in the chat if you want the link to the channel. But essentially, yes, yeah, the systematically racialized women, particularly working class racialized women at that intersection, although this is like true it's true broadly of working class women in general, but particularly of racialized women, that they're, you know, characterized as being unfit or bad mothers, particularly for neglecting their child in circumstances where actual abuse or neglect has not necessarily occurred, but the family lives in poverty. So the mother may very well be trying her best, but is unable to find work or to make enough money to feed her child, or etc., etc. And, you know, obviously there are very real circumstances where, like, just like anyone, women are capable of kind of like bad or abusive or neglectful behaviors towards their children, but that's not the point. For the most part, systematically, poverty is weaponized against these women to separate them from their children, right? And to steal their children from them, basically. And even in circumstances where the parent is neglectful or abusive, what systematically happens is that children are separated from their families and placed in environments that are equally or more abusive or violent or neglectful, like group homes, foster families who might be trying to make money and might be abusive and violent, etc., etc., and get wrapped up in this system. And this happens to many, many working class children, and particularly to racialized children, indigenous children, black children, etc. And yeah, we talked about that a lot in the video for Life is Strange True Colors, because that game kind of shows that system within kind of our world. But these themes are being explored in this game in like an alternate world, like an alternate future, in quite an interesting and powerful way. So this is the second time that someone has tried to take AJ away from Clem, like characterizing her as a bad or neglectful or somehow unfit mother, and try to steal the child away from her, when Clem has done her damn best to take care of AJ and raise AJ in horrific circumstances, right? And moral judgment is being passed on her for teaching him, essentially, how to protect himself, right? So it's completely fucked up, but you can kind of see the parallels, right? Again, the way that, you know, in our world, like, many women, they can't control that they're doing their best within, like, a capitalist system to survive, and are struggling to survive, and they're doing their best to raise their children in that circumstances. And the response is not, we're going to give you welfare, we're going to give you housing, we're going to give you food, etc., etc. You know, the solution is not to create, like, social welfare to help these women to eradicate poverty. And perhaps eradicating poverty is actually the systemic problem, which would do a lot in terms of, like, kind of eradicating these dynamics where children aren't able to eat, or are, you know, maybe neglected because their single mother is working 3 jobs, or whatever it is, right? And similarly, in this circumstance, like, what the fuck is Clem supposed to do, right? Like, is she supposed to let AJ die? Is she supposed to die and leave him alone? Like, what is she supposed to do? You know? And everyone, and in fact, it's not just James. This has kind of happened, like, in the first episode, when everyone was giving her shit for the fact that AJ shot Marlon, right? And, like, in the ensuing episodes, everyone looks at her and says, you're a bad mother. Like, this kid is, like, you know, not behaving like a kid. So there's the dimension of kind of looking at AJ and that kind of racial gendering which occurs, like, that's a black boy, so he's being adultified and portrayed as, like, aggressive or monstrous or violent. But there's also the racially gendered position of being like a mother, his mother, right? That she's on the receiving end of. The way that people are treating her is very, like, within that realm of kind of racial gendering. Bad mother, unfit mother, terrible mother, teaching him bad lessons, can't take care of him properly, etc., etc. But it's because of the circumstances, it's because of the world they live in. And at no point are these people being like, Clementine, what you're doing must be so hard. Let us help you take care of AJ, and let's help you, you know, because we can give AJ other people to rely on. We can help you look after him. We can help protect him. We can help feed him. We can help house him. And then all of that pressure won't be on you. And also, we can do that for you, because Clementine needs that as well. Because every human being does, obviously, but Clementine is still only 16 years old. She's only 16 years old. And nobody since season 1 has unconditionally and, like, very kindly been like, Clementine, this must be so hard for you. How can I help protect you and your son? How can I give you housing and food and all of these things if I'm able to share them with you, or to help you find them, or to, you know what I mean? Absolutely fucking nobody since Lee has given her that either. And instead, they look at her and they go, you're a shit mother. Right? Sorry, makes me fucking mad. It should make us mad, because it's fucking infuriating and it's awful. It's awful. But those themes are certainly present in this game in a really interesting way. And, you know, we were talking a lot about teen mothers, and Charlotte was texting me, I think yesterday actually, with a really good, really important observation, which is that the characterization of teen mothers as, like, being unfit mothers who should be separated from their children actually has a lot to do with classism, because most teen mothers end up being people from working class backgrounds for a lot of reasons. That's not, like, always true, but a lot of them are. And people then see them as, like, a burden on the state. Like, oh, you're not going to be able to do this because you can't get a job, and you're going to need welfare, and, like, blah, blah, blah. And they're seen as, like, a leech on the system, you know? Sorry, chat was reloading. So yeah, there's all of these elements happening. Sorry. We didn't even finish that scene, but I have a lot to say. Yeah, like, you're not going to be able to do your capitalist duties. Yeah, she won't finish school. She won't be able to get a good job. She won't, etc., etc. And the reason why all of those things are the problem is because you need to be able to finish school if you're going to be able to get a decent job in terms of pay, and you need money to be able to raise and feed and clothe and house your child. So a teen mother is going to really struggle to do all of those things, because you know, a teen mother can't just, like, nobody is gonna, like, she just can't, like, get food, shelter, housing, etc. for her children. And people put that blame on these young women, right, for that. Like, oh, you're irresponsible, you're this, you're that. Instead of thinking maybe we should live in a system where if a teenager was pregnant and she was like, actually, I want to have a child. Like, I think I'm ready to raise a child, and I want a child. And that's the decision that I want to make. We have a system where everyone is guaranteed their basic needs. So she would have housing, she would have food, she would have clothing for her child, right? But we don't live in that system, and so instead the blame is individualistically put on the teen mother. So thank you, Charlotte, for kind of pointing that out, because I think that really helps, like, our analysis of everything that's been going on here. Period. Let me catch up with the chat. Everyone trying to steal her child, yeah. the gall and audacity to think that he, James, would do a better job of parenting than Clem. Like, this is the first time he's interacted with people in years in a real way. And then before that, he was straight up murdering people too. He's not given great parent material either, honestly. Yeah, it's so insane that he would just think, like, you're a bad mother and I'm going to steal your child from you. That's fucking insane. Like, the amount of self-righteousness, the amount of ego that you have to think that as well. Like, you, not only is it thinking that Clem is shit, like Clem is nothing, it's also thinking I'm so much better than Clem, right? Which is fucked. Plus, he's convinced AJ is a monster, which, again, is not a great start. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right to point that out as well. So how is he going to treat that child that he's characterized as a monster, and he's, like, grabbing him and pulling him away and separating him from his mother? And he's against violence, right? But how is separating a child from their mother not an act of violence? How is that not an act of violence? Like, sure, it's not physical violence, but that is an act of violence. The systems that we're talking about are violent systems, because racism is violence, classism is violence, right? How is separating a child from their mother, forcibly separating a child from their mother, how is that not violence? Fucked.
A boy who only sees an answer at the end of a barrel. Look at me and tell me this is what you wanted.
You didn't see what she did to our friends. It's easy to judge when you don't have the facts.
I'm not the only one handing out judgment. Only his is fueled by rage, Clementine. Rage he's carried for a long time. Too long.
God, I hate him. I'm in the hate James club now. He's allowed to be angry, you prick. Yeah, you're right. He is.
It made me feel strong. I don't care if it was murder. I don't care if it was anything. It felt good. Best feeling I've had in a long time. Maybe ever.
AJ, you talking like that? It scares me. Never think that again, and certainly never say it again.
Does it matter? You can tell he already believes it.
Stay out of this, or I swear I'll claw your fucking eyes out.
Neither of you are listening. Anyone that wants to hurt us should be dead. And I'm not sorry about it, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it.
AJ.
I don't know why you're scared, when you've always said for me to be like this. You always said surviving was the most important thing. Be strong, be brave. If something wants to hurt us, shoot it right in the head. Killing Lily made us safe. There's nothing wrong with liking that.
I can't listen to this. You think you can change him? Do it then. Talk to him.
You can fuck right off. This is between me and my son. Okay.
I'm not gonna stop Clem. I'm not gonna let people that want to hurt us just walk around. You can't tell me to stop and expect me to get it. You can't tell me to stop when you know it just confuses me.
I know this world is hard. For all of us. And for you especially. But there's more to it than just survival.
Like what? Rule 1, never go alone. The very first rule is about how to survive. Where are the rules that are more important than that? Why aren't they first? And why are you just telling me now? You can't just make up new rules, Clem. It confuses me.
Look, surviving is different around people. We're not on the road anymore. Things change with people. Rules change.
What? Like voting?
Yeah, sure, but that's just one of them.
That rule almost got us killed.
The first rule is about companionship and love. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking never go alone is not just about survival. If it is about survival, it means that you can't survive alone. Because Clem survived alone. Yeah, you're right. And Jane survived alone. Jane's first rule of survival was to go alone, to always go alone.
I need you to hear me, AJ. You can't talk like this about killing anyone. Even Lily.
I've heard enough. It's obvious you can't teach him.
Get off him. What the fuck is your problem, James?
Get the fuck away from him!
I'm not listening.
Oh, I'm listening. I'm listening, you prick.
We hear you. You just don't understand who we are.
I understand you. I've seen your kind. The world is full of you. I've been you. All you know is violence, death.
Stupid, judgmental prick.
You could live a peaceful life, but it's like you won't let him. It might seem hard to believe, AJ. I know it's
You're scaring him. You're hurting him.
die anymore. Not humans, not walkers.
James, this philosophy of yours?
This philosophy is what has kept me human. It's what will keep any of us human.
It's just reckless. The world we live in, the way you think, is dangerous. No one can survive like this. Open your eyes, James. The world isn't as simple as you like to make it sound.
So what is it then?
It may not be kill or be killed, but it's awful goddamn close.
You're kind. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll find my own way.
It's right.
Next time
Everything.
you need help, ask someone
Everything
else.
is black and white for him. He's a fucking idiot. And this is the issue with pacifists, right? It's this, like, any pacifist, the world is black and white to them. All violence is bad.
Clem,
What is it?
he doesn't get it. Not like we do. Not like I do.
Yeah, huge oversimplification of it and everything.
Let me help you, Clem. Trust me to tell which people are bad. That I won't ever use my gun because I like it. But only to keep our friends safe. Please. You can trust me to decide when it's right.
Fuck. Fuck. He's ignoring their material reality. James is ignoring their material reality. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, couldn't have put it better myself. He's ignoring their material reality, which I think is what I was trying to say to him. I think that somewhat came across. Sorry, this is a big choice. This is a big choice. I want to trust him. I want to trust him, right? I want to trust him. It's scary, the idea of trusting him, right? Because I don't know what he's going to do. But he is rapidly faster than some children because of the circumstance he lives in. He's getting to that age where he wants to feel like an equal. He just wants to feel like a person. He wants to feel trusted. He doesn't want to feel powerless. You know, he said that he liked feeling strong, but the reason why he liked that is because he's used to feeling powerless. And I think a lot of children in a lot of circumstances, we've talked about this a lot throughout playing this game, feel powerless because we live in a world that disempowers children. And children are always being told, you don't understand, you're too young, you don't have enough experience, you don't know what you want, you don't know what to do. And they hate that because they're people. Any person would hate to hear that. Any person hates to be belittled and distrusted and disempowered. And it's scary to trust people because when you trust people, they can let you down. And people make mistakes. So they might do it on purpose, but more often than not, they don't do it on purpose. And God, I imagine this is what it's like to be a parent, right? I kind of get it. I think that maybe for the first time, because I have to make this choice, I think I understand this in a way that I've never understood this before. I don't know if that makes any sense, but holy shit. Holy fucking shit. That is parenthood, having to let your child forge their own paths. You just do your best to teach them the lessons, but then they have to make their own decisions. You can't and you shouldn't make decisions for them forever. It's bad for them and it's bad for you. It's bad for anyone. I feel like it's part of what we've taught him to give people a chance. Yeah. Yeah, I've tried to teach him that, I think. I wish I could tell AJ, I get why you feel the way you do, and you have every right to be angry, but letting yourself start to enjoy killing could lead you down a dangerous path. Yeah, I think the thing is, I don't know that he enjoyed the killing. I think that he enjoyed the feeling that he had power, right? That's what he said. It wasn't the killing, it was the feeling of having power. What he's used to is feeling unsafe. What he's used to is feeling powerless. And the killing in and of itself, I don't know that he enjoyed that, but what he enjoyed was not feeling powerless or unsafe anymore. And I think that if I had more that I could say to him, then not only would I say that killing people is something that you only want to do as a last resort. It's self-defense, which has kind of already come up in the conversation. He said, killing Lily made us safe, which he is correct about. And I would want to only kill people to make us safe, like people who... I think he said people who want to hurt our friends. What I would say is people who are trying to hurt your friends, like actively, right? That's key, because there are always going to be people out there who wanna hurt you in various ways. This is different for everyone. Obviously, importantly, in this context, we're talking about physical harm. Oh my god, I tried to say hurt and harm at the same time, and that came out. Anyway, meaning that in the moment, killing someone could be an act of self-defense. It is an act of self-defense, and that's fine. And that's what I've tried to encourage, not like killing for its own sake. So, for example, with the Marlon thing, I said, he wasn't going to hurt us anymore. We disarmed him. Everything was fine. Didn't have to kill him. And we were going to maybe try and give Marlon a chance by having a conversation with him, but we didn't get the chance to do that. But if Marlon had broken that trust, then who knows? But the other thing that I wish I could say is that feeling powerless sucks. It fucking sucks, right? It's a shitty fucking feeling. Nobody wants to feel that way. But there are... How do I put this? The answer to feeling powerless is not to take power and wield it over others. It's to find a way to be empowered and to share that with other people. If you have power over other people, if you really genuinely have power over other people, then you probably shouldn't use it. But did AJ have power over Lily? No. No, he didn't. He killed her because he had to. And then in that moment he felt powerful, right? And I'm sure that feeling powerful it can feel good, but it's not right. And there are other ways to feel good. It feels good to trust people. It feels good to have community. It feels good to feel protected and safe in a community where nobody wants to hurt anyone, where you're fed and safe and clothed and housed. And that's a way of feeling good and feeling empowered that doesn't mean that you have to hurt anybody, right? At least, you know what I'm saying. I don't know if that makes any sense, but if I had time to try and talk to him about this, then I think that that's part of what I would want to say. He just wants to feel safe and in control, which is what any of us feel. Yeah. And then sometimes, I think kind of like the fear thing, right? What do we do when we're scared? We don't let it take over. That's what we said. Feeling powerless, much like feeling afraid, is something that is always going to happen to you at some point in your life. Something is always going to make you feel powerless. Something. Because something is always out of your control. Something. You cannot control everything. And that's a feeling that is natural, and it's a feeling that we have to get used to. So the question is, what do we do when we feel powerless? But not only is the question, what do we do when we feel powerless, the question is also, when are we genuinely powerless? And what do we do when we actually materially are powerless? Does the difference between those two things make sense? Because sometimes you don't have power in a situation. But sometimes you have power, but you feel like you don't have it. So for example, when we talk about like white guilt, where does white guilt come from, right? White guilt comes from the fact that what you're used to feeling is power. And when you realize you have that power, you start feeling guilty about it. And you start feeling these things that you can't control and you don't like it. So sometimes people respond defensively, right? They feel defensive because suddenly they feel as though their power is being taken away from them somehow. They don't like that they can't control that. They don't like the way that they're feeling. It feels like a loss of control. It feels like powerlessness. But is it materially? Is it? No. And I think that's the best way that I can articulate what I mean. And if I could try to talk to him about that, I would. But I can't. So what I'm going to do, for better or worse, is to trust him.
Okay.
Really?
You're growing up too fast, AJ, and that scares me. But you've seen things and done things no one your age should have to do. You've earned my trust. If you say you won't ever enjoy killing, I believe you.
I won't. I promise.
Feel that?
We don't break promises. Remember?
That's the way out.
He left his mask behind.
Goodbye, James.
Come on.
It's the Life is Strange problem. What do you mean by that exactly? Taking forever to finish an episode. Yeah, that's right. That's right. There's just a lot to say. There's a lot to say. I think with the Life is Strange as well, I'd played it before, so it was like, with a lot of this, I've been processing it as we've been playing it, and I think that now, with this final season, the episodes are slightly longer, but also there's a lot of game that's already been played, which means that I've had time to dwell on some of these things. So now I'm getting to a point in the playthrough where I'm talking loads. But anyway, that's what you'll come here for. AJ seeks your approval above all else. You've strengthened his confidence in himself.
Coast is clear.
Huh.
If the shore is that way, then the school is probably that way.
Wow, okay. I'm assuming those messages can be different depending on how you played the game.
Sim was the third.
Huh?
day after AJ killed Marlon. You already know Violet and I voted for you to stay. Asim was the third vote.
Wait, that means Omar voted us out? And Ruby?
Yeah.
Damn.
Huh. What made you think of that?
Asim said you knew how to survive. He could just tell the school would be safer with you there. I voted for you because I liked you. But his reason, it was...
I don't know, 10.
I just thought you should know. Asim was right. We were safer. We were more scared than we let on when you met us. You made that go away.
That's really nice of you to say, 10. Thank you.
That's okay. Now that we're out of danger and going back home, it just made me think of it.
I like Asim.
If Marlon was still in charge, we'd be taken away to wherever, or dead. Instead, we fought back, because you showed us how. We weren't safe with Marlon, even in his safe zone. We were just... hiding.
There's a lot to say here about peace versus liberation. I'm going to try and be brief, just that peace and what peace means is very, like, peace for whom, right? So, like, peace for the oppressor can be the maintenance of the status quo at the expense of oppressed people over there who are obviously not experiencing peace, they're experiencing violence. Whereas liberation often requires revolutionary violence, you know, as per Frantz Fanon and a lot of other, like, anti-colonial writers. Frantz Fanon says that decolonization is necessarily violent, and it's not because of any desire for violence or of an enjoyment of violence, but because the colonial structure is so overwhelming, so pervasive, and so extremely unfathomably violent that violence is required in order to overthrow it. And that means that in the project of liberation, it's necessary to engage in the violence of resistance, and it's necessary to disturb peace, because peace is often a sign that you live a life of power and privilege within the status quo. So to disturb peace is to disrupt the status quo, and therefore to disrupt the system of power, which is why, as many of you know, I'm sure the slogan of many liberation movements is no justice, no peace. We will not let you have peace until there is justice. Kwame Ture also speaks fantastically on this subject. I would definitely suggest seeking both Fanon and Ture out. Yeah, Clem taught them to fight back, whereas Marlon, they were never actually safe with Marlon, and their safe zone just kept dwindling.
Violet!
Aww.
You made it. You're all alive.
My wife and my sons.
I couldn't believe you were really dead. I had to try and find you.
You did find me. Did everyone else escape?
Yeah, they're okay. They took the cart and headed back to the school. We're safe, Clem. All we gotta do now is find our way home.
Any idea which way that is?
I know an old bridge near here. If we cross it, we won't be too far from the school.
There's also the fact that, like, some people argue for appeasing the oppressor and negotiating with the oppressor, but that literally never solves the solution. There are so many things to unpack with this regard, but I'm just bringing it up because Marlon negotiated with the raiders who were threatening to kind of encroach on the space. He negotiated with them, and the safe zone continued to get smaller, and they continued to make demands. So they were never going to be safe, and appeasing them was never going to work, right? But Clem taught them to fight back, and was there immediate, like, violence and sacrifices? Yes, absolutely. And does that suck? Yes, absolutely. But it also means that they have a long-term solution for their problem and a chance of, like, actually building an alternative community and an alternative future. What Ten said. Ten is so smart. I love him. Really put that into perspective. I don't know, Ruby makes sense to me, kind of. Like, she's very worried about peace and harmony over everything else, and much as we like her, she is a white woman. You're right. You're right. I still like her, but that disappointed me. I won't lie.
Well, we were looking for you guys, and I thought you might be gone for good. Oh. Shit. I was trying to figure out what I'd do if you were gone. And I realized how goddamn stupid I was about Minnie. For a whole fucking year. I was so wrapped up in losing her and Sophie, I pushed away everyone who tried to care about me. Marlon, Brody, Lewis, even you and AJ. I tried my damnedest not to care about either of you. And I still couldn't tell you why.
Because you were afraid of losing someone else. It's understandable.
I was a goddamn coward. I'm not a coward anymore.
Feels like a really nice synthesis of some of the themes that we've been talking about.
So different now. Me, us, the school. I remember how Marlon described it and what we were gonna turn Erickson into. It's not the way any of us pictured it.
How did you picture it?
I guess I couldn't. I just listened to what Marlon said. How it would be a home. A real one, but I couldn't really wrap my head around it. My family lived in a trailer. What about you? Where'd you live?
I lived in a house with my mom and dad. Fence around it, big backyard.
What was your favorite part of the house?
I had a treehouse in the backyard. I used to take my walkie-talkie up there and play for hours. I'd pretend it was a ship and I was the pirate captain, or it was an igloo and I was a hunter, or a castle and I was a princess.
Really? Like with frilly dresses and a tiara?
Yeah, but also a sword. A warrior princess.
Yeah, obviously.
That treehouse kept me alive when all this started. That's where I hid. You know, Erickson can still be the home Marlon promised. As soon as we get back, we'll start rebuilding.
It'll be a lot of work, but you're right. It is worth it.
We're a family.
Hell, we could even put in a treehouse.
We've already got a bell tower.
Okay, we'll build a bell tower house.
Perfect.
That's my baby lesbian. Yeah.
After all that's happened, it's still hard to imagine. I mean, we fought for it, defended it. It should feel more like home than ever, but it doesn't. You know what the problem is? That stupid fucking name, Erickson.
Okay, do we get to come up with another one?
Yeah. Fuck that
Fuck
guy.
that guy.
We should name it something cool. Threatening, but not like scary. Something that makes assholes go, I should stay away. But not like blood murder knife house.
You name it. It was your idea.
Texas. We're calling it Texas.
You can't just name it Texas.
Fine. Texas.
I want to help rebuild our school.
Hop right in, buddy. We're imagining radical futures.
We all will. We can start as soon as we get back. Let's get home to Texas, too.
This ain't Texas, you're right. It's Texas 2. It's giving Neon Genesis Evangelion. Tokyo 3. They should have called it Texas 3. That would have been funny. And I would have been like, oh my god. Neon Genesis Evangelion joke. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba.
Okay, just take your time and keep moving forward.
It is great, and it is very emotional, and it's so, like, not only am I, like, so satisfied with the emotional kind of direction, the emotional and narrative direction that this is kind of, like, taking all of the threads from the previous season and winding towards those, which it kind of hinted at with A New Frontier, and the way that A New Frontier ended was kind of, like, looking towards a, like, rebuilding Richmond into, like, a real community instead of, like, a fucking, like, colonial fortress. But also, it's the fact that, like, the people who are doing this are children. That's already an oppressed group. And we have, like, a lot of marginalized kids here. So, like, racialized kids and queer kids in particular. But also, all of them are there because they were troubled youth, right? Which, for all of them, as far as we know, has something to do with, like, a background in the world that existed before, which is our world, of, like, poverty or disenfranchisement or oppression or, like, interpersonal violence and abuse or neglect, right? So this is really, like, bringing together, this is really just, it's really bringing it all together. They did that. Literally my favorite season. And yeah, I think I'm probably with you. I think that I really like them all in different ways, but if I had to rank them,
That's far.
Really far.
Should be able to jump it. It's not that far.
Yeah, I think we can. We just gotta be careful not to land too hard.
I'll give you my ranking in a minute. Well, it's a good thing I didn't lie to him. What the fuck is this bitch doing?
I found you.
Oh my god.
Sweet little brother. Come with me.
I can't believe...
You're dying.
Oh my god. Bitch.
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm finally going someplace better. I want you there with me.
This bitch! Let it go.
Everyone wants to be a person
Let
again.
it go.
With Mom and Dad and Sophie. 10, look at me. I know that looks like her, but your sister is gone.
I'm...
Don't you fucking speak to him! Any of you!
I'm sorry,
Please, Minnie, stop! He needs to be with his
we're his
Do
family
this.
now. I'm his family now, sorry.
She can try to stop me, but I am not going anywhere without you. The night will be over.
She killed Sophie, right? She killed Sophie.
Get down!
Yeah, okay, she's definitely a white woman. Yeah, in case we were
I'll help
doubting
you cross the
anything.
gap. Watch out for the walkers.
She literally killed Sophie. Does 10 know? Oh, fuck. Shit, fuck it. Oh, I'm trying to get her. Sorry, yeah. Where is she? Where the fuck is she? Where the fuck is she? Minnie, where the fuck are you? Where the fuck? Shit. 10 does not know. God. Now would be a good time for 10 to know that.
Get down!
I'm assuming I've got to try and shoot her.
I'll help the boys across the gap. Watch out for the walkers.
Okay, this is me trying to focus and also see. There she is. Shit. You can shoot the walkers too.
Get down!
Okay.
I'll help the boys across the gap.
I guess I'm assuming that I have to do it within a certain amount of time because otherwise they'll get here.
Get down!
This is going great, guys.
I'll help the boys across the gap. Watch out for the walkers.
Ah, shit.
Get down!
I guess I could try to shoot as many walkers as possible so that she has less of a place to hide, but I just don't. Shit. Okay. Shit. Oh. Shit.
You are not his family!
You were just something in my way.
Well, it's white. It's giving white mom TM. Look, I think that 10 deserves a brown mom. That's what I think 10 deserves.
I'm taking 10 home! I'm going...
Minnie! Minnie!
10, no.
Get across. I'll get 10.
Okay. Yeah. I really appreciate Violet stepping up. Violet is like
Let him go! You'll die if you don't!
Violet, please jump!
Oh my god. Oh my god, no, no, no.
That's right. Come with me.
No! What the fuck? How could you do that? I had to. You wouldn't ever see Texas 2 if I didn't. I did it for you. For me. 10 is gone. That soft little boy who liked to draw, he's gone because of you!
there's nothing I can.
I didn't want to shoot him. He was my first real friend. But he was messing up again, just like when he got Mitch killed. So I had to decide. Clem said I could, so I did. Goodbye, Dad.
We gotta move.
The monsters are gonna trap us.
I know.
I'll climb first, and I'll catch you on the way down.
I mean,
Come on. Bye! Shit! I got it. Clem, look out!
Run! Meet us back at the school. But we'll make it. Go.
Clem, we can climb there.
Good idea.
I mean, I'm gonna tell him off later if he, like, I did trust him to make the hard decisions, and I want to trust him, but if he makes a decision I don't agree with, then
I'm right behind you.
I'm gonna say that I don't agree with it.
Grab on.
This better not be it for Clem. Please don't let this be it for Clem. Please, please don't let this be it for Clem.
I got bit. Come on. We can't stay here. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving. Keep moving forward. Forward.
Guys, I don't know if I can deal with it if Clem dies.
Hey, I love you. Don't ever forget that.
I love you too, Clem.
Keep moving forward.
Look! James's barn. It's empty now. We'll be safe in there.
Run, now! Move! Go, AJ, run! I'm right behind you. Come on, Clem! We can make it!
playing as AJ.
We need to get those pin doors closed before they break through.
Cover me.
Let them get inside. Hurry! Clem! AJ, over there! Hurry, AJ, cut it!
You have Clem's knife. She needs me. God, she's already so weak. Yeah. Yeah, she looks really rough.
Let them get inside. Good job, AJ. You did it.
Now what?
You need to find a way out of here.
We can climb up there. The monsters can't reach us up there. Let's go. Easy climb. Come on. Please. Try. You can't can't give up. I need you. I need you.
I'm so sorry, kiddo. This is just what happens sometimes.
But it wasn't supposed to happen to you.
My little goofball.
It's Alvin Jr.
You'll always be goofball to me. Hey, look at me. AJ, please. You're such a cutie. How did I get so lucky? Gotcha.
Please. Don't be silly right now. Not right now.
I just wanted to see you smile. One last time.
Don't say that. Please. Don't say that.
I need to make sure you remember.
Remember what?
The rules. What's number one?
Never go alone. So I can't leave. Not without you.
AJ,
It's your rule.
you won't be alone. Not for long. Get back to the school.
I don't know how.
Sure you do. One of the first things I ever taught you. You need to make sure they can't smell you, so... There's a fresh, juicy walker just waiting to be gutted.
I actually have tissues this time, at least. And thank God, because the crying is worse this time.
Grab that axe. You know what to do with it. Next rule. What do we do when the monsters come? AJ.
Shoot them in the head.
Got any more ammo?
There isn't any more.
Okay then. Fuck. And the last rule.
I want to stay with you. I know what'll happen. And I don't care. I don't want to go. I just want to sit next to you and stay. Like that monster couple from the train station. Even if someone kills us later, we'll just sit for a really long time. Please. Let me stay.
Oh, sorry, kid. But no. I have a job for you. I need you to get back to your room. I need you to sleep in your bed and have friends and grow tall. Taller than I ever was, I hope. I need you to live, AJ. For me. That's your job now.
Okay, Clem. That's my job.
Last rule.
No.
What do we do if I get bit? you gonna make me say it? What? AJ, you have to kill me. Don't let me become one of them. Be a good boy. Kill me. No. AJ, I'm coming.
Oh my god. This is when she was looking for AJ. This is when she was looking for AJ after season 3. Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me to hydrate. I know that was things coming full circle. But I kind of wish they hadn't done it. I don't know. Maybe I'll feel differently if I've had time to, like, process this, but I don't know. They simply did not have to kill her. I just don't know. I don't think it was necessary. I actually think you could have had a powerful ending. You could have had a different ending that was also powerful. My instinct is that I don't like this. And it's not just because it makes me sad. I love shit that makes me sad. I love tragedy. But I don't... It's just not feeling right to me. It's just not feeling... Like, it wasn't her time. I don't think it was her time. I think I understand what they were going for, right? And I understand that people die and, like, the legacy that they leave and the love that they gave and the lessons that they taught and all of that stays with you and blah blah blah. I get that. But I got that from season 1. You know? And this season has such a, like, this season has such a tone of, like, hope. And this, I don't like this. I actually don't like this. I feel like it would have been more powerful to be like, Clem carried on Lee's legacy and she, you know, went further and she had this community and family and like all of this stuff. Because people can have nice things sometimes. You know? I don't know, I just feel like this whole, like, it's Clem's entire story, the whole story from Lee onwards and up to this point, like, it's so beautiful and so poignant, and there are tragic moments, and you lose people along the way, and it's very hard and it's very sad. But I was like, finally, it's like a tone of, like, hope, and it's a tone of, like, all of this suffering, all of the suffering can end, and these people can build something different, and, like, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I guess that they could still do that, you know, with Clem dead, but they just didn't, she just didn't need to die. Anyway, this is my reaction. I don't know if I'll change my mind. We'll see how the rest of the episode goes. But my feeling right now is that you didn't fucking have to put me through that. At least when I played season 1 and this shit happened and Lee died and I was sobbing, it was like, this feels right. Like, this is the story that they're telling. This feels right. Fucking sucked. Sobbed hard. Miss Lee. Horrible to lose Lee. But this is not it. For me, this is not it. That's how I'm feeling right now. It's making me mad. It's making me mad. It's making me think of how I felt when okay, I don't want to spoil Yellow Jackets for anyone who hasn't saw it, because, like, it's my mission in life to get everyone to watch Yellow Jackets. But there is a character death in Yellow Jackets, and a lot of horrible shit happens in Yellow Jackets, people die. There is a specific character death in Yellow Jackets that was completely unnecessary, in my view, and I was pissed, because I was like, killing this character completely changes the tone of this story, and dooming her is fucked, and I hate it, and I hate it, and I hate it, and I hate it, and I hate it. And I love Yellow Jackets. Anyone who knows me knows I fucking love Yellow Jackets. But that character death fucking pissed me off. It's the one thing about Yellow Jackets that I'm like, fuck that. Absolutely fuck that as a narrative choice. You know what I mean? As a writing choice. And I'm having similar feelings about what's going on right now, because this is the first time that, like, a death has happened in this game. And there's been a lot of death in this game, including characters that I really fucking cared about. This is the first time that a character has died in this game, and I've thought, no, from a storytelling point of view, narratively, was this necessary? I don't think so. And I don't like it. And I'm ticked off now. I've migrated from sadness to anger. Who knows? Anyway, I'm in the stages of grief, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm with you, Lost and Fairy. So Faye says, at this point in the story I was really pissed because they played the season before, and currently that's where I'm at. Let's go. I'm going to try to put that out of my mind and play on and see what happens. But Okay, so this is why she had a horse in her dream. I remember in the first episode I said, was it a premonition? But it wasn't.
No.
Poor horse. So AJ was in some kind of barn they mentioned at the end of season 3. Oh, I don't remember that. But also that was a lot of what was going on was happening so fast.
I'm looking for a boy. He's about 3 years old. His name's Alvin Jr. Children.
It hurts. Oh my god, it hurts so
Where are the
bad.
children? What?
Kill me.
I guess she started doing this side pony, side bun thing at this point.
Take some of this shit. Another one? Fuck you. You stupid asshole.
I'm not messing.
Hey, it's that
The
guy!
kids are.
All right.
From 400 Days.
There's a nursery. But I'm not letting one of you savages take a kid.
What the fuck? Yeah, because of Javi's atrocious haircut. Yeah. That's right. Ah, fuck, shouldn't go well there, huh? No. This is looking pretty ominous. To me. Remember when we had a moment at the end of season 3 where we're like, ah, shit, she actually looks pretty cool and gay, even though Javi gave her an absolutely horrific haircut. And then it was like, oh. That didn't last long, huh?
Sorry. So sorry.
What the
Don't worry. We're leaving soon. No. Oh, let me...
Yeah, that was one of the stoner guys from 400 Days, yeah. I remember the guy you play as is Wyatt, but I don't remember who the guy in the beanie was, but I remember that he was a dick. The fuck is this? What the absolute fuck? Why is he in a locker? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You have gun. I had to shoot her. She was taking care of him. You have baby bottle. Baby bottle. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. You have locker key. I'm sorry.
AJ. It's me, Clem.
He has a thing where people can't touch him from behind. What the fuck happened here? Why is our son in a locker? Yeah. Yeah. This is deeply disturbing.
Let's get you out of here, okay?
Why are there children in cages? Look at his face. This poor fucking kid. This poor, poor kid. My poor baby. What the fuck? I do not think all that blood was from that woman. Neither do I. Yeah, it's on his face and back. And also he was in the locker when we shot her.
Okay, now, where to? Can't go back to Richmond. This whole area is a war zone. Gotta...
Go?
Yeah, we have to go, AJ. This place, we can't stay here. It's not safe. But it's okay, we're survivors. And the first rule of survival is... never go alone.
Never go alone. Clem?
Yeah, that's right. AJ? I've really missed you. So much. I know where we'll go. We'll go find ourselves a new home. Together. And I'll never leave you again.
She's so young, but she looks so grown up here. Yeah, she does. She has for a long time. He remembers her, yeah. Yeah. Feel more disturbed almost that all of that was left up to our imagination in terms of what happened to him there, what they were doing to those children.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming time has passed. Okay, it's a different UI.
Who's a good girl? It's you, Rosie. Goodest girl in the world. Boom, boom. I give up. All right, girl.
Good
I'm gonna go for the spirit
girl.
way. Stay here and keep watch.
Is this... Yeah, this isn't... yeah. So he is back at Texas too. You know, something that I've been thinking this whole time, but I just couldn't speak before, is obviously poor AJ, but poor fucking Violet. I can't believe that we had that conversation with her where she said that she was scared to care about anyone again because she lost Minnie and Sophie, and she let herself care about Clem, and she let Clem care about her, and that she was afraid of losing her, and then Clem went and fucking died. I cannot believe that. And I cannot even imagine what that girl is going through in terms of like everything that's happened over the last couple of days. Like, actually, the ex that she thought was dead is alive, and actually she's a huge asshole because she's in a cult now, and she's trying to kill you, and she's trying to kidnap and kill your friends, and then you start caring about this other girl, and you're like, oh, maybe I can care about people again. Maybe I can let people in again. And then she goes and dies.
It's getting kind of
And
cold. I'll bring some sticks and stuff next time.
what was the need?
Well, looks like a bad place to sleep.
What was the need?
Nothing good. I should tell Willie this is here in case we need more bombs.
Okay, so I guess he's back at back at Texas too, and still with everyone.
V plus M. Violet plus Minnie. She used to be their friend. How can someone just make that go away?
Yeah, you're right, AJ. Fuck that bitch.
This place is cursed. Oh, that's scary. And mean. I think this place is good. That's a pretty good. Better than the ground.
Sure, kiddo. I get the vibe it's been a few months. Yeah, possibly.
Huh.
I guess we still get collectibles. Skull fragment. Everyone dies. But it was too soon. It was too soon for Clem.
No. No, no!
The hat.
Yes!
Thank you, Rosie.
Good girl!
You have Clem's hat. It's wet and smells bad. The way I was stressing here. Yeah, what, that he wouldn't get the hat? It's 10.
You let your sister mess with your head too much. It must have been all that trauma on you. Sorry, Tin. I know. Me too.
Ten wouldn't want to go around hurting other people.
Let's go home.
I know he wouldn't want that. Better not be copyrighted music, bro. This is how I'm dealing with this, just in case anyone speaks. It's cool that he did have the choice, though. He picked up that Clem didn't always kill them. Yeah. Oh. I guess Ruby and Asim are together now. Don't fuck with us. Nice one, Omer. That's Abe, but Abe is dead, so... Is that Willie? Yeah. And Violet. Maybe it's not been a few months then if he's not decomposed. Well, it could be. Or he's not really there. Nope, the music is still potentially a copyright situation.
What you doing there, goofball? Whoa, easy there.
You're out of bed. You're walking. And you have wood arm legs.
Crutches.
Crutches. I found your hat. It was in the creek down by the shack.
My instinct is that... My instinct is that this isn't real. I want it to be real. I want it to be real.
Water. It's all wet now.
Well, we didn't see where he swung that axe.
It's definitely seen better days. You know what? You keep it if you want it.
I'll put it in our room.
I have a surprise for you, too. Come with me. I want to show you something.
Guys, is this real? Is this really happening? If this is really happening, then I have to rescind all of my former statements.
So, what do you think?
It's for me?
Yep. Willie helped me put it together.
You guys! You guys! Sara, you don't know how hard it was not to spoil this because you were in such pain and it was so hard to see. You guys! Hello? I googled it, there were multiple endings, and I found this out. There are multiple endings. Okay. So are there endings where Clem dies? What's the... Okay.
Come on.
Redeemed. It's redeemed. They've redeemed themselves. I'm happy. This feels too vivid to be like some kind of dream. She lives in all of them. Yes! Oh my god.
Did you ever get to swing when you were smaller?
Yep, sure did. A long time ago.
Food's ready, everyone. Come and get it.
This was actually when I started sobbing. No, fair enough, Faye. Yeah, it felt wrong to end it like that. It did! It felt fucking wrong. It felt fucking wrong, okay? I'm happy.
It's gonna get cold.
Incorrect. Incorrect.
Let's go eat.
Your instincts were correct.
We're coming.
I love winning. I love it when I win. Yeah, rest in peace, 10. God, I was ready to fucking go down. I was ready to fight whoever I had to fight. I was gonna find the person responsible and I was gonna punch them in the face. That was where I was at. My children are laughing. Wasn't she all about table manners before?
AJ.
Wait, sorry. I like having music, so I'm checking again. You guys, this is fucking crazy. They had me. They had me. I was fooled. I was in such pain, and then I was in such anger.
What? It's good.
I think it's over the copyright music. Alhamdulillah. Inshallah. Clem's eyes, but AJ's are also beautiful. Beautiful brown eyes.
Seconds, please.
Already? You even taste that?
What?
Idiot.
Wow, I love disabled representation in games. Now we have amputee Clem and tongueless Lucas representing. Lucas? Lewis. Wow.
Yeah, that's the spot. A sim says he saw 10, 15 of them, a little bit past the old safe.
Being happy to... That's... Sorry, I was slightly making a joke, but also, in all seriousness, it's like... Those things happen to them, and they're like... chill and living their lives and happy, you know? Which is just nice to see. I talked a bit, maybe last stream, about how 10... had like facial differences, like heavy scarring on his face, and that it's not been a thing that has been characterized by any of the like weird disableist tropes about that in this game, which is really nice. Yeah, I think disability in this game is like an interesting one as well because of how many people become disabled, like in the game, which is to say which is really interesting because it's something about how the world that they're living in is disabling. Obviously, there's the psychological side of that. So there's, many people are traumatized, and obviously mental distress is a disability issue. But also because of the whole thing where, like, if they chop off the limb quick enough, then they might survive the zombie bite. There are quite a lot of people that we've encountered, I feel, that are amputees in specific, that like specific disability. Have we seen any like prosthetics or anything in this game? I don't really know. I'm gonna have to pay more attention to it when I replay it, but I think it is an interesting aspect of the universe. Anyway, yeah.
Oh.
You're the boss.
We need to know who they are. Maybe even see if they're willing to trade.
He's still found ways to tell stupid jokes.
Just
Yeah,
keep your
he
distance
has.
until you can make a call.
Good for him.
Who are?
A group of survivors out beyond the old safe zone. Some kind of caravan.
Are they bad people? How about you back me up, and we'll find that out together. Word on the street is you're a good running buddy. Best.
Sending Violet's smart. She knows what she's doing.
I gotcha, kid. That's why I want you to come with.
It'd make me feel a lot better if you went. This is the part where
love
you
my
tell me
family.
to be really, really careful.
You okay?
Just getting tired. Hey, walk with me a sec.
Yeah, thank you for pointing out about AJ's eyes as well, because I think he does have really nice eyes. I think a lot of people, like, stereotypically, like, when they talk about brown eyes being beautiful, and obviously I'm talking about, like, Anglophone world and, like, English language writing and stuff, it's always, like, light brown, like hazel eyes. She had hazel eyes. They were so pretty. Obviously, light brown eyes are nice, but dark brown eyes are lovely as well. Lovely and beautiful and gorgeous. Brown eyes of all shades are beautiful. I think the whole, or amber, yeah, there's something about people being like, amber eyes, hazel eyes. Grow up, you know? Sometimes people have super, super dark brown eyes, black eyes even, and, gorgeous. They're gorgeous. It's giving Edward Cullen, it's true. Fun fact about me and my siblings is that I think that we all have different shades of brown eyes. I remember noticing that when I was really young. I think it's just because, like, it's the kind of thing I think a lot of people wouldn't notice, but obviously they're my family, so when I was growing up, I saw them all the time until my siblings left, because they're quite a bit older than me, and obviously I also love them very much. So I would often, you know, as a kid, I would see my brother and my sister, and I would think about, like, how much I loved them and how pretty my sister was, and how handsome my brother was, because, you know, we were talking about it before, like, you just notice all those things about people you love, don't you? And whatever kind of love it is, you think, oh, like, they're so beautiful, because you just look at them with love, so they're beautiful, right? And yeah, so I feel like I can't remember the exact moment I noticed it, but I remember being so, like, little and noticing it, and it's, yeah, we almost have, like, a gradient, which is funny. I think my brothers are the lightest, and then mine, and then my sisters are really, really dark. Very beautiful eyes. Yeah, I know all my family's eye colors. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's funny because I don't know how often I actually do notice people's eye colors. So it really is one of those things. Like, I think if you notice someone's eyes, either they're really striking, or you love someone so much you just pay attention to all of their features, and then it kind of strikes you sometimes. Like I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I noticed for the first time that she had blue eyes, and I was like, what's going on? Why did I never notice that you had blue eyes before? But I have monster energy eyes, i.e. green eyes. Nice. Though most of my family have brown eyes. I have soulless grey-blue eyes. White Walker core. I think I pay attention to it, but I guess now that's useful for hair colouring reasons. Ah, that's fair enough. I want to pay attention more. I should pay attention more. There's something about when you notice little details about people. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
It's okay. I stare at it too. If it was just you and me alone out there, and I was like this, I don't know if I'd make it 2 weeks.
Haha! Vindication about themes.
I'm gonna need these to go anywhere. And if we ever had to run.
No, sorry, this is such vindication for me. Not only the fact that she's alive, like, thank God. Oh my God, thank God. But also, you know, we've been spending all of this time talking about how, like, people need each other, nobody can survive alone. And also we've encountered certain cults that have, like, a eugenicist point of view, like in the first season, and repeatedly, almost. And now Clem has been disabled, and she's literally being like, the only reason I can survive is because I live here in this collective. And they also view her as worth taking care of because they care about her and she's part of her community, and also she's a human being, so she deserves that. And that I'm feeling so vindicated right now. This has been a fucking roller coaster, you guys. Fucking roller coaster. Oh, also for makeup reasons, yeah, you do notice eye color in makeup videos. That's true, and I watch a lot of makeup videos because I just love makeup tutorials. I don't know what to tell you. Nice, cute. Giving makeup advice in the chat. We love it. It's almost like non-cult communities are good. Ah! I love winning. I love winning.
It wouldn't be pretty.
It's okay. I'll make you a new foot.
Oh yeah?
There must be a foot-making book somewhere. I'll ask Willie.
Okay. Find me the foot book.
Oh, I love you, Rosie. Ah.
All this. It's worth it. All those times you would ask me if we'd find a home. All I could ever tell you was, we'll see. And your face would fall every single time.
It's better than saying yes and lying to me.
And that's what I told myself. But you want to know something I didn't tell you? I never had a plan. I never knew where we were going. I never knew anything. I just fought and fought and fought and hoped you didn't notice. Hoped we'd find something before you did. Did I do a good job?
Of course you did. What are you crazy?
Maybe a little.
A lot more than a little.
Clementine will remember that.
When we were in the barn, you didn't listen to me. And if you had, I'd be dead. I was right to trust you, back in the cave. To to make the hard calls, even when I couldn't. You'll have to be strong for the both of us.
You made it so I can.
Sorry, I'm feeling a lot of things right now. But I meant to say this earlier, and I just wanted to say quickly. The staring moment where, you know, the camera pans to her stamp, and then AJ's looking at the stamp, and she's like, caught you staring. This is the thing, this is a very familiar thing to me, and it's something that I just want to touch on a little bit, because I don't often have an opportunity to talk about this, but it's something that I do know stuff about, because my brother is an amputee, has been for like more than 10 years now, and people stare, they do stare. I think it's kind of like in your nature to stare, because it's not something that you see very often, and it's interesting because people are curious. I think it's in people's nature to stare sometimes when they see something that you don't see very often, and an amputee is something that you don't see very often. I think that's part of why it's interesting. I pointed it out that you see it quite a bit in this world. You don't see it as much in our world, right, that we live in right now. The world before this apocalypse. And I should qualify that depending on where you live. Because, for example, in Gaza, in Palestine, like highest disabled population in the world, highest amputee population in the world, so it's something very common to see there. So people have completely different social attitudes about amputation and disability in Palestine in some ways than we do. But it's really interesting because I remember one time early after it happened, my brother told me about this one time that like a mother was with her child, and the child was staring because of course he would, children are curious, he'd probably never seen that before, and the mother was kind of like trying to tell him off for it and like look away and move away, like not even really like engage with my brother or whatever, and maybe she said sorry, but I don't remember, but she was very awkward about it, but my brother's reaction, and I remember this well because I've thought about it so many times since then, my brother's reaction was to say, don't worry about it, and to turn to the kid and talk to him and ask him what he wanted to ask him. Like, hey, like, what do you want to ask me? Like, what about this? And he was happy to kind of talk to him about it and explain things. And I imagine what that interaction was like for that child, you know, instead of being punished for being curious about something that he'd never seen before, like, he actually engaged with him and like asked, and he learned something that day, you know, and probably he'll never stare that way again because he understands it now, you know, and yeah, I just think about that a lot. And there was also this podcast recording show that I went to where this guy was talking about, he's an amputee, and he talks about this business that he began because he was on online forums and stuff, and something that amputees talked about a lot was people staring at their stumps. And it's an uncomfortable interaction for everyone involved. It's uncomfortable for the disabled person, it's uncomfortable for like the person who is curious but not necessarily coming from like a bad faith place. And a lot of the time when you talk to people, they would have a really awkward interaction where people wouldn't really know what to say, and they'd jump straight into being like, how did you lose your limb? Which is not, like, if you don't know someone, it's not really like a fun or a polite thing to ask or be asked. And so this guy started a company where he makes prosthetic leg covers, because some of them are now provided by the NHS, the National Health Service in England, which is really cool. But some of them you can order to be custom made, so it'll have like a cool little design on it. So people stare at those, obviously, because it's leg with a cool design. But then instead they usually like ask like, oh, like your leg looks so cool. Is that like a Pink Floyd design, or is that like this design or whatever? And they'll have a conversation about that instead. And it kind of alleviates the social awkwardness a little bit. And then at, you know, maybe at some point they'll ask, like, do you mind me asking, how did you lose your leg or whatever? You know, maybe if they become friends, then it feels slightly easier or more appropriate to ask, because again, people are curious, and it's fine to ask those questions in a way that isn't weird or disableist or dehumanizing, right? Which is just, yeah, no, that's it. I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I think that it's not something that we talk about very openly all the time, and I think that we should. And I think that there's a lot of applicability to, obviously, like, certain other disabilities where people stare and are very impolite or dehumanizing or whatever. And obviously, like, the prosthetic leg cover thing doesn't fix the problem, and, you know, it's my brother having to be the bigger person isn't always fair. But, yeah, I don't know, just some things to think about. Yeah, people are weird about me having a cane sometimes. Yeah, I can imagine. And I'm sorry. It fucking sucks. It just sucks. And sometimes they'll, like, stare and not engage with you. You know what I mean? Like, they don't, like, treat you like a human being.
Oh, thank you. For everything.
You're welcome. For everything.
Personally, my least favorite is "Can I pray for you?" Wow, that's incredibly annoying. That's awful. Yeah, that's incredibly rude and shitty. I mean, I'm sure my brother's gotten some bad ones, and I want to clarify the difference between, like, a bad interaction and a good one. Obviously, the one that I was talking about is, like, just a child being curious. Oh, credits! Oh, look at this. The Walking Dead, the final season. Still not bitten, team. Oh my god. Oh, stop. I loved this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Justin Punkle, Jack Fletcher, Kent. I can't read all of these very well because of the fonts, but I do love that it's, like, in the style of the graffiti that is on the walls. This also made me tear up. I don't blame you, because it's like, it's the end of the whole series. It's the end of the whole series. The story is over. Brody Anderson, Tim Ingram, Chris Rebert, Edward Toomey, Mario Valencia, Eric Montanart, Jeff Morrison, Grady Standard, John Sigro, Amanda Stewart, Brett Rogstad, Mark Parsons, can't really read that one, sorry. Ryan Rasmussen, Yassim Zubair, Brian Gillies, Mandy Dragar, and Randy Tudors, Paul McDonnell, Ali Myers, Menwen Cadet Kuna, I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering some names, Sage GC, Dean Ely, Rich Grover, Etienne Grunwald Roar. Wow, yeah, it's the end of everything. I feel like a moment to read everyone's name is really. Eli Standard, Adrian Pugh, Jonah Huang, Mike Camper, Keenan Mandy, Natsumi Nishi, Sean Stewart, with that S that I ran towards in the first episode, because I was like, guys, we did that in school. Colin Stewart, Jeff, sorry, Huck, Wirtz, Joe, Muller, Alyssa, Galindo, Sean Manning, Jared Emerson Johnson, Grace Essen, Michael Gambino, Patrick Fierick, Robert Wilson, James Windler, Michael Kirkbride, Skybound Games. So Skybound Games is the company that... So when this was in... yeah, it's the cool ass. When this game was in started development, that was around the time that Telltale Games had to file for bankruptcy. So Skybound Games bought the rights to the Walking Dead video game series, and they managed to bring back in most of the team who worked on it. Still not bitten team. I feel that must be a reference not only to you know, the story and everything, but also to the fact that they managed to finish this beautiful, beautiful story in spite of all of those circumstances. I love this. I love this so much. Hi, Rosie. Is that what Violet decided to call the school? Maybe. Maybe. What's up, Rosie? Oh, enter room.
Okay, in you go.
Oh, the music is nice as well. You can now place collectibles in your room. Oh my god, yes! We had so many. We had quite a few.
I wonder who you used to be.
God, you guys, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that it ended this way. It is not... It's so serious. It's funny walking in this room as AJ because I'm having my perspective is different, so this is lower down. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, before I was playing as Clem, so I had a different perspective because I had different height. It's like when you remember being in primary school as a child and your memory is completely different from when you go back to the primary school. Suddenly everything is smaller and, you know, everything is taller. Yeah.
It's so cool looking. I wonder if it has magic powers. Nah.
It really is just like Stitch says, this is my family. It's little and broken, but still good.
Never gonna die, huh? That's lucky.
Oh, this is peaceful.
It's too bad he won't be able to draw another one. I hope you have extra crayons wherever you are, Tin.
I hope so too, buddy.
You know what? I'm a great artist.
Yeah, you are.
You hear me, Rosie? Oh, great.
The plastic flowers are thematically relevant. It's true. Oh, it's James's fucking mask. Fucking James, man. Fucking James. Fuck that guy.
That looks like it tastes bad.
No.
I won't lick it.
Don't worry about it. Clem's never gonna die. Don't worry about it.
Why did Clem collect so many skulls? It's like Lewis in a box.
Oh. The thing is, I'm really glad that Lewis still seemed, like, happy and jokey, because,
you're hungry.
like...
For bugs.
I know that, like, that's a defense mechanism for him and stuff, so grain of salt, but, like, I'm sure it's been a while, and I hope that he's, like, worked through whatever. Obviously what happened to him was horrible, and he would have had horrible feelings about it, as anyone would, but...
Hey there, Alvin Jr., you ready to rock?
It's just like, you know, he can't speak anymore physically, but he's still him, and he still has his personality, and he can still smile and joke around, and he can still play the piano, and, you know. Obviously it's sad, but I'm just glad to... It was nice to see him happy, even after what happened.
Beat Nick.
I know I was really mad at him before, and we still never really resolved that, but I'm gonna headcanon that was resolved
So cool, Disco
out of time.
Like, the coolest.
Disco Broccoli is pretty cool, it's true. Do you have something else to say?
Even if I could eat you, I wouldn't do it. You're too cool. Clem never explained what is disco. Oh, I'm just getting myself hungry.
You can just keep looking at Disco Broccoli. That's it. Okay, he's out of stuff to say about Disco Broccoli. I am so relieved and so happy about all of this. It's ridiculous. That's it. Ugh, and now I'm getting sad because the game is over. I'm getting sad. No.
I'm coming.
Oh, thank you for playing. Thank you for making this game. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna turn off the music because it may very well be copyrighted. That's it! That's it! I can't believe it's over. I cannot believe it's over. I really can't believe this is over. When was the last time I felt this way? When was the last time I felt this way about like a game? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think this feeling is like very specific to the nature of like episodic games, maybe. I don't know. Because maybe I felt this way about Life is Strange the first time I played it. Because the first time I played it, I didn't know that it was going to become a huge franchise and then it was going to get 10 million sequels, and then I'd be like, actually, please stop making them. I can't think of an episodic long-running game like this, honestly. Yeah, to be honest, yes. There have been many games that I've loved, but I think that the feeling that I'm having is so unique to the experience of this being like a long-running episodic game that had several seasons, so many chapters, that it set up so many elements and so many characters, and oh, this was it. They did lose you for a moment, but they won me right back. Yes, they did. I'm so happy that they did, because you don't even know how pissed off I would have been if this whole time I'd been like, I fucking love this game. This game is fucking amazing. This is one of the most interesting, well-written, like, emotional rollercoaster experiences of a game I've ever played, period. And then it ended like that, with Clem dying. If that had happened, you don't know how pissed off I would have been. Like, I can't even put into words how pissed off I would have been. You don't even know. You don't even know. I don't even know. Well, I do, because I felt it for a minute there. But Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's review our final decisions, guys. You and 64% of players trusted AJ to make his own decisions. That's actually quite a big margin. Bigger than I would have expected. That's almost 2/3 of players, which is crazy. That's almost 2/3 of players. Can you believe that? 36 of players told AJ he wasn't ready to make his own decisions. That's a big margin. I'm actually pretty surprised. I mean, good, but... You and 64% of players let Violet name the school herself. 10% of players renamed the school Happy Sunshine Land, which Violet looks angry about in that reaction. 12% of players renamed the school The Rotting Shithole with Violet, which she seems to be smiling at. And 14% of players renamed the school Castle Violet, despite her protests, and she looks really pissed off about that one. You and 77% of players asked AJ to kill you rather than to let you become a walker. That's huge. Yeah, that's over three quarters of players. 23% of players asked AJ to leave you and let you become a walker. About this, I was just gonna say, I'm wondering, do you have this interaction with Violet in some description in like every version, even if you romance Lewis? That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if... But, I mean, these are the only 4 options, so I'm assuming that Violet is the last person that you see, besides from AJ, in every scenario. Okay. You and 60% of players shot 10 after he became a walker. That's pretty skewed as well. 40% of players spared 10 after he became a walker. I think people seem to feel quite strongly about the, like, ending people's suffering thing. Like, that it's worse to become a walker than to just die forever. Which we talked about last stream. Okay, and that's the summary of those decisions. Let's go on to the relationships. You and 85% of players left Lewis feeling shaken. Lewis felt discouraged when you chose to spend time with Violet instead of him. He was traumatized after his capture, and Ten's death has left him feeling devastated. Yeah, poor Lewis is not having a good time, as it happens. But that's a huge margin. That's a huge margin of 85%, so I guess that is because of the cumulative effect of the decisions, like... But does even choosing 1 or 2 of these shake him up? I don't know. I mean, it makes sense. What happened to him was fucking horrible. Maybe it's mainly that decision, but I don't know. I don't necessarily know. How else was he going to feel after the tongue thing? Exactly. I mean, it's one thing to feel shitty about Clem fancying Violet instead of fancying him. But... And obviously it's sad that Ten dies, but his tongue being cut out, that's pretty... That, yeah. I'm sure... I feel that it must mainly be that decision, right? You and 12% of players left Violet feeling loved. 12% isn't that high. So, that's interesting. Violet was exhilarated when you confessed your feelings for her. She felt vengeful after she watched the raiders take Lewis. Violet felt understood after you expressed sympathy about her reason for coming to Erickson. And finally, she was grief-stricken about 10. Yeah. I'm wondering, are there scenarios where AJ doesn't kill 10 and, like, 10 dies some other way or doesn't die at all? I'm wondering about that. But yeah, all in all, we had a good time, and I really enjoyed the relationship between Clem and Violet overall. I think that in the final episode as well, I think in the first few episodes there were a couple of moments where I was like, okay, that's a decision that you made, but then by the end of it, and the thing is, I think that's kind of understandable because she had a crush on Clem, but they'd only known each other for a few days. So I think jumping into, like, trusting Clem completely and having Clem's back completely, even if you had a little crush on her, is like, you know, I think you're probably an idiot if you act that way after, like, knowing someone for a few days and having a little crush. But by the end of it, it was, like, earned, right? Because a decent amount of time had passed and things had deepened and trust was built. And in the last episode, I was like, that bitch has my back. Yeah. She was like, I am the white girlfriend and mother of 3 brown people, and I know my place. I know my fucking place. And good for her. Good for her. You know, slay. Lily is dead. Lily is done dead. She's gone. Lily thought she might have been able to sway you to her cause. She realized AJ's potential as a soldier almost immediately. Right. Well, I looked it up after I was done playing it, and either Violet or Lewis, whoever is with you, ends up getting killed by walkers and 10 survives. Oh! Wait. So there is a scenario where Lewis is the person that you're with in the last episode? And I'm so curious about the sequence of events that leads to that happening. Huh. That's crazy. What is the sequence of decisions that leads to that happening? That's wild. Oh shit is right. I wonder what Lily does if she survives. 10 is dead. Rest in peace. I am sad about 10 being dead. God bless him. God bless his soul. I loved that kid. 10 was happy when you let him draw you in his picture of the afterlife. We'll see you there, 10. Someday. Not Clem, because Clem will never die. But he was bitter when you called Marlon a coward. And 10 felt hopeful after sharing his belief that the Walker age will end someday. Oh, 10, you were a little angel. I loved that kid so much. I loved that child so much. I am really sad that he's gone. You and 23% of players left James feeling disgusted. Oh, I'm sorry, that really tickles me. I don't know why that tickles me so much. Well, he left us feeling disgusted. The feelings mutual, James. The feelings mutual, James. Exactly. Always here to disappoint men. Always here for that. Alright, why was James disgusted with us? James was thankful that you respected his beliefs and spared the walkers. James felt elated when you said that there might be more walkers, but then he hoped you would listen to his concerns about AJ, and the one action of telling AJ to kill Lily in a situation where it was like Lily was trying to kill all of them and there was no fucking way that if she survived she wouldn't like perpetuate all of the fucked up like systemic violence and cult shit that she was up to. That disgusted him. Whatever. The way he would have been dead otherwise. Yeah. I'm curious with, like, what the other feelings he could be left with are, because if 23% of players left him feeling disgusted, but if AJ doesn't shoot Lily, then James is fucking dead, then what is the sequence of events that leads to this, right? I gotta say, this playthrough really made me despise James. Yeah, I'm curious, Lost and Fairy, what happened in your playthrough? Did you not... Like, I'm assuming that if this playthrough made you despise James, then your playthrough was different in that regard. I guess if Clem tells AJ off or is harsher on him for killing Lily, maybe. But he did the fucking right thing. My son did the right fucking thing. That's it. You collected 4 of 4 items during this episode. Hell yeah. It's the only time that I've gotten all of the collectibles. Ooh. Okay. I was right. My son was right. Fuck James. What Clem taught me. The first thing you do when you enter a new place is to find the easiest way out. If people try to steal from you, it's okay to try and kill them. Did I teach him that? I didn't mean it. Always aim for the head. Yeah. Sleeping in a bed is way better than sleeping on the ground. Yeah. Able, I guess. Yeah. So if people try to steal from you, it's okay to try and kill them. That comes from me trying to kill Abel. But I did not try to kill Abel because he was stealing from us. I tried to kill Abel because he was threatening us. So anyway, not feeling great about that one, but let's go through the rest. When you have to apologize, be as honest if you can, even if it's really hard. Yes. I was wrong to kill Marlon because he wasn't a threat when I shot him, but Lily wasn't a threat when I shot her, and that was okay. It gets confusing. I understand why that would be confusing for him. I would want to talk to him about the difference between those choices. You know what I mean? And I talked about this a bit earlier. The difference between those choices for me is that, like, Marlon did a shitty thing. He did a couple of shitty things. But his heart was in a good place. And once we disarmed him and tried to have a conversation, disarmed him, I would have wanted to try to have a conversation with him and try to give him a chance. But if he continued to act in bad faith and to hurt the community and threaten the community, then it would be at the point where it's like, this is not, like, okay anymore. And yeah, whereas Lily was a threat in a completely different way, you know what I mean? So even if she wasn't actively pointing a gun at you, like, she was torturing people, she was kidnapping people, she was like systematically like building an army of child soldiers. She was manipulating people, making them kill their sisters, brainwashing them. She was building a cult. She was building a cult that was colonizing and murdering and kidnapping and torturing and killing, and you know what I'm saying? So Lily was not pointing a gun at you, but she was a threat in a completely different way. You know what I mean? And these are the things that I wasn't able to talk to AJ about, but if I could, then I would have explained that to him. And this is about how we understand violence as well, right? This is about how we understand violence and how we understand like a threat. And so the two situations were very different to me, and that's why I acted in the way that I acted. He is a kid. Yeah, well, yeah, of course. That's, I mean, and that's why I understand why it would be confusing for him, right? And it's not like we had the time to stop and be like, hey, AJ, do you want to talk about what's confusing you so that we can kind of clear this up? And also, it's okay for you to disagree with me. We can talk about why you disagree with me and why you're confused and blah, 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 right? Also, Lily was still a threat, even though she didn't have... Yeah, exactly. Also, Clem is still with him to help him work this out. Yeah, exactly. You're right. You are right. I guess AJ can misinterpret your lessons and behavior. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, anyone can. Anyone can misinterpret you. But children... Children are learning so much at such a fast rate, and it can be very overwhelming for them, period, even without like these kinds of circumstances, right? So it makes sense. It does make sense. But we have some good lessons in here. You know, I did my best. Eat real slow, or you might accidentally burp or fart real bad or choke. Yeah. True. Eating slow is just good for you. It's better for your digestion. If you have to atone for something, it's hard, but people will forgive you. Yeah, I mean, often. People don't always forgive you, but, you know, if you atone, then... You can generally fix things. And that's a good lesson, because he knows that if he makes a mistake, it's not the end of the world. That's a really important lesson for a kid to learn. So I'm happy about that. It's not nice to take other people's stuff. Yeah, generally, again, it's like not black and white. You know, some of these things are like, you know, not in every single circumstance. It's not black and white. Whenever you're scared, try to push through it. Okay. You know, all in all, I'm pretty satisfied. Yeah, overall I'm pretty satisfied. I think there are a couple in there that I didn't, that are not what I was trying to do, but overall I think I did a pretty good job. Oh, continued. The monsters won't be here forever. The conversation with 10. And I'm glad that he has that hope. If your grandma is dying, stop watching cartoons. That's Violet. What happened to Violet? Killing is never easy or fun, so take it seriously. That's a good lesson. Growing up too fast can make you seem scary, but people still have to trust you to make the hard calls. That's interesting. The way that that's kind of phrased is really interesting. Sometimes torturing people is okay, I guess. Sometimes. We didn't do it a bunch with Abel. I hit his head once. Mostly I was pretty nice to him. Oh, the hard calls are always unfair. You know what? That's true. Yeah. Doctors can help you with your trauma, but I think they're all dead. Well, other people can help you with your trauma too. We kind of talked about that. There might still be people inside of walkers, but we don't know for sure. Yeah. Those are some pretty... Yeah. Yeah, overall, I think I did a pretty good job. I'm pretty satisfied with a lot of those lessons. Even if there are like one or two that I'm not so sure about. And again, it's like, you know, Clem and AJ have all this time together, so they'll only continue to learn from each other. And now they have this whole community as well to learn from and to teach and to take care of each other. Okay, your choices. This is a summary of everything. We killed the Walker couple. We went with Violet and Brody. We tried to kill Abel. We pushed him in front of the Walkers. Violet protected us from Marlon. That's interesting. They were all in kind of a line here, and now they're in slightly different shape here. I look at all this like red and yellow coloring stuff. It's neat. I'm not sure what the first one means here, but it's like, I think it means AJ atoning, but I'm not sure. And then we buried Mrs. Martin, and we hung out with Violet, and it was romantic, as opposed to hanging out with Violet without the romance. And with Lewis, you can hang out with him, romance or no romance. That's what I'm getting from that. And we saved Violet instead of Lewis from getting kidnapped. We killed Abel instead of letting him turn into a walker. We did the wind chime thing with James, which I thought was a really poignant and beautiful scene, so I'm glad we did that. AJ bit off that person's ear instead of Violet getting her finger chopped off. We let him like defend her. AJ killed Lily. Clem trusted AJ. AJ shot 10 as opposed to Violet dying, being killed by walkers, or Lewis being killed by walkers. Those were the two other scenarios. I'm really curious about what leads to those. That's what you were saying, Faye. And then there's one down the middle because there's... I don't know. I guess that in every scenario, AJ chops Clem's leg off. I mean, there's only one, so I'm assuming that's what that means. And then there are 4 different endings with 10 because 10 had turned into a walker and you can either shoot him or leave him, or 10 is alive. And I'm assuming that either him and AJ are getting along or whatever's happening here, or they don't get along anymore. Okay, interesting. Quite a few variations in this one. I'm really very curious about a lot of them. Okay, guys. Gonna take a cheeky look at a few of these extras before wrapping up the stream, because why not? I said that I would, and I'm not gonna take super long on it, but I just want to look at some of these things together, because I think that would be nice. Art gallery. So for season 1, we've got Lee initial designs. Ooh. Okay, so we have... I like Lee with the beard, so I'm glad they went with the beard. And I like his hair cropped quite short as well. But the other one's cute too. And then the design with him with a hoodie is pretty cute, but I like the final design for Lee. Clementine. Oh, this is really interesting because the first one there is, that looks like a white girl to me. That's interesting. I'd be very curious about the, what happened there, and I guess they drew her with a scary smile for some reason. Costume exploration, so this was them messing around with some outfits. There were quite a few pink concepts, which is interesting. I think that they probably didn't go with the pink outfit because it feels too heavy-handed, and too like, this is a little girl. The pink would have been cute, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't go with it. I think the yellow really worked for her. Herschel and Sean for back in the day, and then you've got Kenny, Katja, Duck, Carly, Doug, Ben, Paul, Lily, my enemy, and Larry, a racist and her racist dad. I feel the pink wouldn't have worked with her whole vibe. I agree. The St. John's, the cannibal family, Omid and Krista. Rest in peace, Omid. But I always kind of wanted to know what happened to Krista. We never found out what happened to Krista. Molly, Leland, Bonnie, Chuck, Stranger. I hope Molly is living it up wherever she is. Clive, Joyce, Boyd, Vernon, Becca, Shell, Annie, Tavia. These are some of the characters from 400 Days. Eddie. Eddie was the name of the stoner that we saw in the flashback in this episode, in episode 4 of the final season. Because, yeah, we can see him there. That's the guy. That was the guy, Eddie. Who are these people? I'm not sure who these people are. Maybe I just don't remember them. Walker Clementine. Well, this must have been for that. Oh, there was a dream sequence, wasn't there? And just Walker designs. Oh my god, the one with the Confederate flag. Walker variants. The cop car from the beginning of episode 1. Interior. Clem's house. Herschel's farm, the drugstore, Lee's parents' drugstore, the Everett's drugstore. Oh, and there's Lee's family. God, episode 2 of season 1 was so fucking insane. It was so insane. I love seeing concept art. No help. Epilogue. Was there an epilogue? Rick Grimes is from the show. Oh, okay. I guess they were seeing if they could do more crossover. Right. Okay, so those were some characters from the show. Gotcha. I don't remember there being an epilogue scene in season... Because season 1 literally ends with Lee fucking dying, right? That was, yeah, that was what happened there. Yeah. Okay, they've got a few more as those are the places from 400 Days. Okay, season 2, concept art. Krista. Poor Krista. Yeah, Krista's baby was dead. They always implied that. We never actually saw it. But, I mean, there's the confirmation if you needed it. Clementine designs. from season 2. Some of the other characters. Reggie. I feel that Pete looked a bit different in the end, but yeah, some of these character designs, like Luke and Nick, slightly different in the end. Don't remember those people. Sam the dog. I remember Sam the dog though. Who could forget Sam the dog? I guess that's Krista and Omid finding her. Oh yeah, in the epilogue. Yeah, that might have been what that was. The actual ending that we got was a lot more severe than that, wasn't it? Okay, these are a lot of the landscapes from season 2. I am kind of glad that they didn't do an epilogue for season 2. I think part of the reason why it works is because people would have made a decision as Lee for who Clementine should go and look for, and it would give it away. Alex, Berto, Greg, James. Oh, these characters from Michonne, I barely even remember. I'm not trying to like talk shit about Michonne, but that's comparatively, Michonne really just like did not hit as much, to the point that I barely remember these characters and their names. Paige. A couple of these outfits are really going for Pete is a pirate, but I like the final design that they came up with. Okay, yeah. That's the burning house and... yeah. There's a scene where she's in a raincoat. I didn't think we ever saw that. Ava, Clementine, Clementine's season 3. This is A New Frontier. And you have her aging up. God. Conrad, David, Eleanor. Okay, there doesn't seem to have been a lot of change in a lot of these ones, but the season 1 designs were interesting to look at. Fucking Paul. Oh, they didn't go with him being blonde in the end. Probably because it would have been fucking... Oh my god, is that Max Caulfield? Stop. Not one of Kate's original designs being literally Max Caulfield in episode 3 of Life is Strange. That's crazy. It's Paul Lingard, the Doctor. Mariana. Rest in peace. Trip. And yeah, interesting design changes for Trip. I think what they ended up on really worked. Some of these earlier designs are a bit... give him a completely different vibe, especially with these when he's clean shaven. Yeah, if Kate had ended up having that haircut, there would have been too many Life is Strange jokes, and I already make too many. Alvin Jr. That's AJ. The baby AJ. So they did have earlier designs where his hair was cropped or shaved, or he had a fade, which is interesting. Because we were talking a bit about his hair before. The different outfits and stuff are cute as well. I think in the end they wanted like a more simple design because he is supposed to look and behave more maturely, which I think works out. I think that one on the bottom middle looks too much like Lee. I think that would have been too heavy-handed. Awesome armor, Brody. Blonde Brody, I guess. Clementine. I loved Clementine's denim jacket. Clementine's look this season was such a slay. I loved it. But yeah, there's a nice look at the design on her jacket. God, look at these gay fucking looks. Look at every single outfit is gay. That's my lesbian queen. I mean, the fade would have been a little unrealistic for a situation where you can't get clippers. Yeah. Yeah. So it makes sense that they scrapped that. Yeah, the denim jacket is cool as fuck. The Chive Talking Friends. I loved this. This was a funny little bit. Fucking James. Some interesting early concepts for James and his Walker outfit. Oh, the Atlanta jersey. Yeah, because she's from Georgia. Yeah. Lily. These concepts are interesting. They definitely wanted some element of like a military look for her at every, like almost every single stage of this design, which makes a lot of sense. And potentially some scarring on her face in one of those designs, which they didn't go with in the end. Lewis was originally white. That's, wow. That's something. Look at those early white boy designs for Lewis. You know, I would have liked him even less if he was white. But there's a lot to be said for the fact that he was originally conceived as being white. It explains a lot. Yeah. The coat, no shirt. Is he not wearing a shirt in one of these? That would have been insufferable. White Lewis is really trying to be some John Hughes man. Yeah. For real. Marlon. Minerva. We got quite a lot of different hair ideas for Minerva, which makes a lot of sense because, you know, hair for a gay character is everything. And as such, we have a lot of character design variants from Minerva, actually, including bandanas and beanies and leather jackets and a whole bunch of gay shit. Can you flick back to the Lewis hair choices for research? Yeah, I can. Yeah, so we talked a bit about Lewis's hair type before. You've got some interesting ones here. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, so they kind of went more for that one in the middle in the end. I'm not sure why he had like sunglasses on one of them, but I think that the slightly shorter one might have worked better. Mrs. Martin. All of those people from Lily's cult. Rosie. Ruby. Oh, that one design for Ruby is interesting. She was also skinnier in that middle one. But I'm glad that they went in the direction that she did. She was like the only chubby queen that we got in this whole thing. Yeah. The one on the right is actually that hairstyle that they always give black guys. Yeah. Do you mean on the left or the right? Okay, I'm gonna flick through a few of these and then I'm actually gonna have to go, guys. 1 second, I just need to send a text. Okay. Here are our designs for Tennessee. I love Rosie's character design they went with. Yeah, me too. It's just a little cutie, isn't he? A lot of different hats. Violet's design is interesting. It looks like they also conceived of Violet as not being white at other points, which is also really interesting. I think it's really interesting that they seem to have thought about that they have made an intentional choice for both Violet and Lewis in terms of their race. Walker variants, Bell Tower. Okay, well, we learned some interesting stuff from all of that. I am going to have to go, unfortunately, so I'm going to look at the rest of these in my own time, but also, if you wanted to play this game, you could get Telltale's The Walking Dead Definitive edition and check out some of this stuff for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up. Thank you guys so much for joining me, especially in this stream, because this was an emotional fucking roller coaster. It was, yeah, very painful at one point, so I really appreciate having had the company, and thank you for reminding me to hydrate and stretch and take a break and all of that, because I think having the company really helped me through this.